The story has invited more derision than sympathy for the victims. A couple that ridiculed the idea that the world is a big, scary place was murdered by the Islamic State, ISIS, while they were biking through Tajikistan. But those who are mocking Jay Austen and Lauren Geoghegan for their naivete are being too harsh. The responsibility for their deaths lies not just with ISIS or with this starry-eyed couple, but also with the leftist world in which they moved and lived. The left's leaders constructed a fantasy world because leftist ideas are dead on the drawing board without one. In their fantasy world, Islam is peace. Borders and nation-states are unwelcome relics of a bygone age because people are good everywhere, with the exception, of course, of Donald Trump and the far right. Austen, an employee of the Department of Housing and Urban Development, and Geoghegan, who worked at Georgetown University, decided 2 years ago to leave their jobs and go on a bike ride around the world. They kept a blog about their journey, on which Austen wrote this last April. You watch the news and you read the papers and you're led to believe that the world is a big, scary place. People, the narrative goes, are not to be trusted. People are bad. People are evil. People are axe murderers and monsters and worse. I don't buy it. Evil is a make-believe concept we've invented to deal with the complexities of fellow humans, holding values and beliefs and perspectives different from our own. It's easier to dismiss an opinion as abhorrent than strive to understand it. Badness exists, sure, but even that's quite rare. By and large, humans are kind, self-interested sometimes, myopic sometimes, but kind, generous and wonderful, and kind. No greater revelation has come from our journey than this. Yes, Austen and Geoghegan were unwise to carry this Pollyannish philosophy into Muslim Central Asia, but they didn't originate it. In this sad episode, ISIS is not the only one with blood on their hands. Where did Austen get the idea that evil is a make-believe concept? Perhaps in today's universities, which are saturated with moral relativism, contemptuous of absolutes, and dogmatically convinced that there is no dispute between people that can't be settled by mutually respectful dialogue. This perspective dominates contemporary culture and is taken for granted even at the highest levels. When Barack Obama and John Kerry entered into negotiations with the Islamic Republic of Iran, they were working upon the assumption that it was wrong to think that people are not to be trusted and that people are evil. Obama and Kerry were essentially embracing the idea that evil is a make-believe concept, that the mullahs were perhaps self-interested sometimes, myopic sometimes, but ultimately good-hearted. The leftist intelligentsia was and still is unanimous in applauding that initiative. Likewise, it is a matter of dogmatic certainty for the left that Islam is a religion of peace, and that only racist, bigoted Islamophobes think otherwise. Why should Austen and Geoghegan have had any reason to be concerned about bicycle riding through the Muslim-majority countries of Central Asia? After all, those who don't believe that evil is a make-believe concept are subject to furious and concerted demonization. The Southern Poverty Law Center and the establishment media that treats the SPLC as if it were a reliable source sees only one group of genuinely evil people in the world: those who recognize that there are evil forces in the world that are set against the United States and who want to protect Americans against Islamic jihadists, criminal migrants, and more. They're the only evil ones. Austen and Geoghegan no doubt had nothing but contempt for such intolerance and hate manifested by foes of jihad terror and unrestricted illegal immigration. The left forces people to believe these fantasies, lest they be charged with hatred and bigotry. The people who filled Austen and Geoghegan's heads with this nonsense bullied them toward their deaths. The problem with these fantasies is that reality keeps breaking through. Jay Austen and Lauren Geoghegan discovered too late that some people really are evil. Will the West rid itself of these leftist fantasies that led to their deaths before many more end up dead from embracing them? I'm Robert Spencer, a Shulman Fellow for the David Horowitz Freedom Center and Director of Jihad Watch. This video has been brought to you by the Center for Security Policy.